Y'all are on the East Van Dan Shit Show.
Yeah?
That's what the band anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. I thought I saw you guys on a poster playing the Globe before. No? First time?
The Terminal, yeah.
Okay.
Played in town a few times, but this is the first time with us playing in the Globe.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. On that note, welcome to the East Van Dan Shit Show. Please welcome Death Hawk.
Hello. I'm Christian.
I'm Barry.
I'm Norm.
Sweet. So, playing the Globe here tonight. Bunch of sweet bands on the bill.
Yeah.
Blacktop Social. It's a reunion show of what are they?
As Ash fell,
Yeah, As Ash Fell.
Comeback show.
For some reason, that's always a tongue twister for me.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mouthful for sure.
Ash fell. Ash. For some reason, I kept getting that in my head. Yeah. But yeah, it should be a killer show.
Yeah, no, last night was really good. Everyone was playing really well and
Yeah.
good turnout. Yeah.
Sweet. So how did Death Hawk come to be?
Well, so Norm and I, when COVID led up there, we both live in Duncan, and our previous bands had kind of fallen apart due to that, and we were like, well, we both live in the same town now, let's start something up. So we started jamming and writing songs.
Coming up
And we
with
had
songs, yeah.
a different drummer at the time. Andrew from Under the Mountain was our original drummer there. Just he couldn't do it anymore because he was going to school and tied up with Under the Mountain. So then we just started searching. And lovely Barry came into the picture, and he's been with us the whole time. It's awesome.
Nice.
Good times.
Yeah. Cool. How does the writing process go for you guys?
Well, to start off, it was Norm and I just sitting in our basement, writing tunes and riffs and trying to piece something together, come up with an idea that was not the same as what we were doing before in our previous bands, and try to come up with something new, and something more upbeat and fun.
Yeah.
Different tuning.
Different tuning.
Yeah. What do you guys normally play on?
This
Drop
band,
D.
Drop D.
Drop
we
B
played,
usually. Yeah.
Before we were in, Buzzard was in
Yeah, like
Drop C.
kind of got like that old school sort of like stoner rock sort of vibe from you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We pull from the old sounds because that's kind of our era.
Yeah.
Without aging ourselves too much, that's kind of what we all grew up in, and so that's what we listened to. So it was kind of a joining of all these different styles and stuff when we came together. And I'm very much I came from a very different background, kind of more of a mainstream rock background and stuff. So these guys were a lot darker with drop C tuning and stuff like that. So bringing the different styles together has kind of created what we're playing now, and it's different from what I played, and it was different from what these guys played. So it's like a new marriage. But we really like what we're doing right now, and we've been getting a good response so far from it. So we must be doing something right, I guess. It sounded people are taking notice a little bit of it, so it's heading in the right direction, I think.
Nice. Right on.
It's just really fun to play too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's new. It's for us. And
Yeah.
We're
energetic. Yeah.
trying to play stuff that we like to listen to. If we walked into a club, something that would draw our attention, that's what we're trying to write to. Something that's got some hooks to it, some power to it. But we vary. There's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like I say, different styles coming together, and it's something we enjoy listening to and stuff. So we're hoping if we like it, hopefully other people will kind of dig it too.
Yeah.
we find we kind of also try and push ourselves with our writing as well. We try and make it complicated, so we have to actually try and learn it too. It's like make it a bit of a struggle sometimes. But
Yeah.
Craft the song and then you curse yourself out later because now you have to play it.
Yeah.
You come
Yeah,
up with
for
tricky
sure.
parts, and now you have to remember to
Keep it
play
interesting.
those all the time. So keep them tight
And play them well. At
and
least
play them
try.
well.
Yeah.
So like, Christian? What did how'd you get into music?
Ooh, wow. Well, going back to my childhood,
That's
it was
usually where it
AC/DC, man.
starts. Yeah, absolutely.
AC/DC.
Highway to Hell. I was telling that to someone today. Highway to Hell. Well, it was Highway to Hell and the Soft Parade.
Yeah.
First two albums.
Yeah. For me, it was Let There Be Rock, and that was like number one because it was just so hard and hitting and fast, and then punk rock came into my life, and then
Yeah. No, I love Dead Kennedys. I love all that early '80s,
Yeah.
like hardcore scene.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
being an '80s skater back in the day, you know, we listened to all that skate rock and whatever.
Yeah,
Metal and all
Black Flag, Minor
Yeah.
Threat.
Yeah, Slayer, even though that's not punk, but kind of has that crossover to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. What's has there been any odd sort of incidents at any live shows?
Not yet.
No.
What is this? Our sixth show?
Eight show.
Is it eight now?
Eight
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah, we're
Somewhere in there.
pretty new still.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of, starting at the bottom, trying to work our way up the ladder again. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Pretty boring.
Yeah.
Where are you guys playing next?
I think the next show is
In Duncan.
Duncan March
It's the
8th
local
at
show, yeah.
Jack's on Queens.
Oh, sweet.
A new venue that's just starting to take in new bands and stuff like that. Starting in February. I think they're about every other week. They're going to have new live acts coming from all over the island and stuff like that, and trying to incorporate different styles of music. So it's an interesting night of music, not just one stream for all night. It can be a few different things.
Yeah.
But just trying to create, because there's a great, there's become a decent scene in Victoria and Nanaimo, but there's a major lacking in Duncan for a place to be right now. So they're trying to create a place in between, so bands have a stop in between Nanaimo and Victoria to stop and do a show. And there's a lot of people there, a lot of
We were talking
musicians.
a bit about it.
Yeah,
Sandy's going to do really well with that.
they're gonna do great.
Yeah.
It's
It's cool
cool
too because like Duncan, it's turning into a younger town now, so there's no nightlife there. So it's nice to see people are trying to create a scene there.
Yeah, trying to build.
Yeah, so we're gonna do everything we can to go out and support it too. Like go out and watch the bands, and we encourage everyone else to do the same.
That's a big part of it, is getting people out there to get. They always want to see their bands locally, but they don't go out and support the venues. You have to support the venues, or they can't afford to bring the people in. So that's the important part. And the good bands and the good shows, and the better it gets, the bigger bands they bring in, the better venues will start, and then more venues will pop up, and it just builds because there's a hunger for it. But you got to feed the hunger, right? You can't just it'll die if you don't.
Yeah.
So feed the hunger.
Yeah. I think 2019 kind of kicked the shit out of
Oh
everyone.
yeah.
Oh, it killed
Yeah.
the scene.
Yeah.
Killed the scene. It's
So many
funny. 'cause
bands.
I remember when Logan's band I was in way back then. Like we were one of the first bands to play at Logan's when it was called Thursdays. And then to watch that whole evolution of Logan's turn into what it was, and then to have it just wiped off,
Yeah.
and many others was like, devastating. Like it was just like the whole scene was just gone, and then it's just like, wow, where do we go now?
Yeah, kind of like a ghost town almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the bigger venues, they're hard for bands to get into because they don't like to cater too much to local stuff. So
Yeah.
Like Capital Bomb.
Yeah, they don't put on a local scene
Not
or
really,
anything like
yeah.
that.
I mean,
yeah.
Not that we haven't played there, but it's like you have to have the in to get there. You know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of international acts that come through, and there's very limited. We lost so many venues during COVID. The smaller bands have a hard time finding their space anymore. The bigger venues have international touring acts that take up their time. So it's really hard for the young guys and the local bands to try and get a foothold in and try and get into those venues. Unless you know somebody, or you get in with another band that does have that kind of power or pull
Yeah.
to get to it. And we're starting from scratch. We're starting young, so to
Yeah,
speak.
it's integral to like that's how bands get to cut their teeth and
Yeah.
and become a better band.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of the main reason why I started this stupid podcast in the first place. It's to have like local bands and whatnot, because I mostly identify with punk rock.
Yeah.
So yeah, just get local musicians on here,
Cool.
get them talking.
Yeah.
Fucking
That's awesome.
try and get their music out a bit more.
Let's keep doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The more the merrier. Got to get it out there to the people.
This is what helps the scene grow too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure. So quite a few bands. So quite a few bands you guys are playing with tonight. They're all sweet. I actually did a podcast with Blacktop. They're
Yeah.
great guys.
Yep.
What other bands have you played with?
We played with Lee. Go ahead, Harv.
Oh, pass the mic down.
Yeah, yeah.
AK-47 we played with. Who else we played with?
Hit the Deck.
In the Deck, yeah, another local
Yeah.
Victoria band.
That's a killer band. Yeah.
Hit the Deck? Yeah. I
Yeah,
heard them.
yeah, definitely check those guys out. They're good
Yeah.
guys, good friends.
Long time buddies. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of great bands on the island. There's so many good. We've been lucky. We played a big show at the Wheelies 10th anniversary show
Yeah,
with
that was-
Oh, yeah,
you know that
was
was
good.
Bison headlined that show, and it was 10 bands from 3 p.m. until about 2 in the morning. There was non-stop metal and rock going on all day.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough we managed to get that show after our first ever show that we ever did. We got offered that Wheelie show, which is a good show for an up and coming band to get for starting out, and it was a pleasure to do it. We felt blessed to be able to get that spot. So, and then just like I say, keep plugging away. So many good bands out there. So we look forward to playing with all of them. You know, keep out there and keep the scene alive, and play with a lot of these incredible island bands. It blows me away how many of them were out there.
Yeah.
So any opportunity to play live is just it's awesome.
Yeah.
We're pretty easy going. We'll play with anybody.
You mentioned Bison. I remember, I was really young back when they were called Bison BC.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're a sweet band.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. Bison,
Yeah.
I'd love to have you on the stupid show. Hit me up. I'm not doing anything. Well, I am, but like, I'll make time. So like, what are you guys' like musical influences?
You sir.
Since I play bass, I don't know, lots of 60s, late 60s, 70s hard rock, you know, because lots of bass and, you know, some modern music now, but yeah, mostly a lot of older type, you can, you know, just really hear the bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to a lot of late 70s, early 80s kind of radio rock like Journey and even things like Meatloaf and stuff like that. I like the orchestras and all the complex and the deep cuts that they have on some of their albums and stuff. Just how they put stuff together, and it seemed so big. And when I was young, listening to that, it just blew my mind how they layered all the music and stuff. So I listened to a lot of that, and then you know in my younger years, I guess I started got into the hair metal and stuff, and then you know Metallica caught my ear, and then moved into Pantera and stuff, and kind of stuck with the heavier stuff after that. A lot of Iron Maiden and stuff like that. So those are kind of my influences. So there's a little bit of that in my playing. So everything from, like I say, you'll hear some like some little accents like Journey or something like that to some shit that Pantera might try and play or would play, or not that I can play like Vinnie Paul, but he's definitely an influence. You know, bands like that, some of the heavier stuff. So try and bring, like say, incorporate everything that you listen to and like in your world into your playing. And when we write music, we try and channel all of that in and see what comes out. That way you have a variety of stuff.
Yeah, I think it's good for bandmates to have like, you know, different interests, different backgrounds, right? And then bringing all those influences together, and then you got like some badass fucking music.
Yeah, if you all sound the same or you all grew up on the exact same thing and influenced by the same three bands, you're going to sound like that same three bands. Whereas if you sound that, you know, Christian has this pocket of music, Norm's got this pocket, and I've got this pocket, you bring that all together, now you're pulling influences from 50 or 60 different bands sort of thing. So you can really create something different.
Yeah.
And that's what we strive to do, is not sound like everybody else. Not
Yeah.
kind of sound like I hear this and I hear that, but I don't really recognize the whole package.
Yeah.
It's something new. That's what we strive to do.
Yeah. It's like, you know, everything's been written and played before, but it's like, what are you going to bring to the table that'll make it yours, right?
Make it new, make it fresh, if that's possible anymore.
Yeah.
Like there's only so many notes, only so many chords, but
I think
Writing a good song, that's like,
I think it's important just to be true to yourself, and that's where the music will take place. You know, just go from what you feel.
often it'll come like that. We'll warm up and then someone will come up with a little riff while we're warming up, and it's like something I was working on this. All right, let's have a listen, and then it's just like play. Just sit down and play. Like when I first joined these guys, they had these songs that were first started out, and it's I took them, they had them recorded, and I listened to what they had done and tried to mimic as closely as I could to what they were doing, and then incorporated my own flavor. They gave me the license to change it up, make it yourself. So I was able to change a few things and add my own personality into it, make it my own. And then we were able to start writing new stuff with the three of us all input, and then it really took off. because the different influences were so clear and you can hear them and stuff. So it's creating a lot of texture in our playing because it's like I say, different sounds, different influences and stuff created. So we're not just here. We try to have a broader scale of what we do.
Yeah. Creativity, that's what it's about, right?
That's what we hope for.
Yeah. If you happen to be passing through Vancouver, BC, please stop by Whiskey Six Barbecue. Hands down, #1 ribs ever. That's Whiskey Six Barbecue, located in Vancouver, BC. Be there or be square, baby. Yeah, so growing up, I was like, I think a lot of us, we were, influenced by like what our parents listened to, right? And then, well, for me personally, like once I got into, I think first punk rock, like I found on my own,
Yep.
and then that just led to, different subgenres and thrash metal.
Oh, for sure.
The list goes on.
Yeah. It's. I remember in my young days of finding something and then, well, I don't know how old you are, but
I'm 31.
Okay.
I'm 31.
We're
Well, that's
older.
what my
We're older.
So, but like,
Hey, you want to pass the mic?
oh, sorry. So we would buy our tapes, and then as we're listening to them, we'd open it up and we'd try and read this fine print where it's like, okay, who do they think? Okay, we got to go find those in the tape shops. And of course, you can never find it because there's some weird local bands that we think, right? So we go to Thrasher magazines and read it there, just try and find special order tape trades, stuff like that.
Yeah. I was big into magazines, and that's how I discovered, a lot of bands, the underground scene. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So are you from, where are you from originally?
Now, funny enough, I was born in Duncan,
Okay.
and I grew up in Colwood, and then I was about 15, we moved to the Kootenays from Kimberley, did all my high school there, and then I lived in Vernon for a short stint, and then the band, I moved back to Victoria. And ever since then,
So what era was that?
What era?
When you grew up, like a teenager?
I would have been 70s, 80s.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, as a teenager? Yeah, early 80s.
Yeah.
Okay. I was born and raised in Squamish on the mainland between West Vancouver and Whistler.
Okay.
So little town there, logging town. Grew up and raised there. Nothing to do but listen to music and shit. So that's what we did. And I moved to the city when I was in my 20s and stuff. Got married, started to have a family, and moved back to Squamish to raise the kids in about 2010. And then in 2020, kind of got priced out of the market there. The real estate went stupid expensive there, so some of my family moved over to the island here. So I literally moved here during COVID myself. So didn't know anybody else. My parents had moved here a year prior, so I moved here not knowing anybody on the island. So lucky enough I was about a year on the island without playing any music with anybody, and then answered an ad on Facebook Marketplace to go play with a band, try out. Still playing with that band as well, but now and then joining these guys as well. So it's been, it's funny. You never know where you're gonna land, but here we are now.
Yeah, no, life's a journey, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where are you from, Norm?
I grew up in Victoria. Yeah, bounced around when I got older around the island communities. I always lived on the island, and then landed back in Duncan 50 years ago. And started hanging out with that guy.
And these guys knew each other from other bands they were in previously that toured together and played together, so they were familiar with each other.
The Victoria scene back
Yeah,
in the day.
long before they were in a band together, they played in different bands. I was completely out of the loop. I was in a completely different. I was on the mainland and stuff like that, and doing my own thing with the band there, and touring and in the Vancouver scene,
Yeah.
sort of thing. Yeah, through the late '90s and early 2000s, we did a lot of radio stuff and touring and stuff like that.
Oh, sweet.
So,
Yeah.
on a different world and I think we must have crossed paths because Christian and I always said like we feel like we've known each other somewhere in the past. Like we've met somewhere, but
Crossed paths somewhere.
we've never been able to figure out where from. But we had this automatic like I know you. I've met you somewhere. We've run into each other, and we've never been able to piece that together. But,
Yeah.
if anyone else knows, yeah, it was this. Because God, I don't know.
One day. One day.
It'll all come.
And what's your other band?
The Hellatones.
Hellatones.
Yeah,
Okay.
a band called the Hellatones.
Yeah.
Actually, the guys from Danger Box are playing with them next weekend up in
Okay. Yeah.
Port Alberni and Yuki next weekend.
Yeah. Portal. So the Rainbow Room.
Rainbow Room.
Okay. Sweet.
Keep,
And,
it's an island thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all connected one way or another, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As long as
Yeah.
you're playing music, man.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah. And that's totally different style of stuff. That's just kind of just straight up easy rock, sort of regular rock with it. I don't even know, kind of jazzy.
A little bit of a rock.
A little bit of a rockabilly thing kind of thing to it, but just a 3-piece band that would like to make some noise. That's
Yeah. Fucking yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think the show's about to start soon.
Yeah, it's supposed
Okay.
to be on about quarter
Yeah.
to 8 or something like that.
When are you guys up?
We're on last.
Oh, you're on last?
Right,
Okay.
so, yeah, I think we're just 10. Who knows?
Later,
Later, 10:30,
We'll see how it goes.
10:15.
It dragged on a little bit between bands last night. but,
Yeah,
you
went a
know,
little
that
long.
happens.
We had a similar show last night down in Victoria. Same bands except the opening band. We had Gate Theory playing with us last night to open up, and tonight it's Hexbane, and then Blacktop, and then As Ash Fell, and then ourselves, Deathhawk.
Cool. How long's you guys set?
35.
35,
Yeah,
40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Yeah.
Depends how excited we are. If we play fast, we can knock it down to a solid 18. We just pick up the beats per minute a little bit if I'm getting a little excited up there.
I'm sure it'll be a good turnout, you know?
Oh, so
Yeah.
all ages show. Come on out.
Yeah, okay.
Bring your kids. Bring your grandparents.
Depending on how old the grandparents are.
Oh, I guess someone's got to haul the gear and watch the kids.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to the show.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for doing my stupid show.
Thanks for doing this, man. Thanks for having us on.
Fucking A.
Appreciate it.